how did children learn multiplication facts? And what if we're starting with counting in groups, for instance, to learn what multiplication is or
Yes.
repeated addition? How do we move from that basic stage to actually having fluent recall of my 7 times tables?
So it starts early in foundation stage with children becoming familiar and understanding equal groups and making equal groups, and then sort of looking at we can add those equal groups and looking at repeated addition, and then making the connection between repeated addition and multiplication. I always like to give an example. For example, if we had 75 lots of 5, if I had to write 75, add 75, add 75, add 70, no, 5, add 5, add 5, add 5, add 5, add 5, 75 times, I'd finish up running off my book onto the person's book next to me, onto the person's book next to them, and right up the way across the classroom. So we're really, in maths, we might like to make life a little bit easier. So we've got the time sign. So instead of having to do 5, add 5, add 5, add 5, add 5, 75 times, we can just write 75 times 5. So
And
helping
that's
children.
a critical, concept, isn't it, for
Yes,
multiplication? Because having spent lots of years teaching in year 6, I know that when it comes to working with fractions, for example, and multiplying them, if we don't have a concept of actually what's happening when you multiply things, it becomes really complex. But if you can actually think of, okay, 3 times 3/4 is just 3 lots of 3/4,
yes,
conceptually that makes a lot more sense, and
yes,
you can picture what that looks like. But
yes.
otherwise it becomes very abstract very quickly, doesn't it?